for you is why you feel so tired is your mother. You ever thought about that? You're carrying your mother's karma, all the tears she couldn't cry, all the misfortune, all the anger, all the sadness. That's why you're where you are right now. And now in this time with working with Ishel, it's like let's focus on clearing that, because that you can't take forward with you. And this new moon, this new energy is like you're going to be always like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So you think about all the doubts your mother carried, all the sadness she carries, all the anxiousness, the nervousness, the depression, the, oh, I can't do that. Or now when you talk to your mother, if you talk to your mother, notice how many times she's yawning, she's tired, she's complaining. she's are we resonating? You're put in a position where, like Buddha the son had to liberate his mother, you're the daughter liberating your mother. And then as you do that in this lifetime, when she passes, you send her to a better place than where she would have gone. That's the liberation, because she is living in the land of samsara. She's living in the world of suffering. She's living in the world of misery. But through your good actions and merit and what you accomplish, you can help her elevate. And then that elevates the entire lineage, not just yourself, not just your mother. It elevates every living being coming after. And part of the practice is to know that all beings, you see the mother in them, all the beings, from the littlest ant to everything, everything feminine on this planet, you see the mother goddess, and you no longer feel the burden of your mother. Because right now, the obstacle, you have to think about, how far did your mother get in her life? Like right now, she's probably older, right? We all have older mothers. And what was, where did she start? Look at the story of your mother's life. Where did she start? Where is she now? And where is she headed? You look at that story and you see, okay, at this time right now in this dimension, what can I do that she didn't do or couldn't do that will elevate not only my existence, but my descendants, my household, right? Because especially if you have kids, the problem is that they'll be capped right there too. You're capped. Where your mother is, unless you elevate and change something, you're capped right there. And your mother's obstacles become your obstacles. Your mother's thoughts, worries, doubts, confusion, all that becomes you, because you inherited it. Especially if you carry her name. A lot of parents do that. They're like, hey, John Jr., Becky Jr., whatever, and they bring that energy into your life, because that's how karma is. And that's what we're talking about with generational, generational trauma. But then on the opposite end, generational, what they call wealth, which can be spiritual wealth, but it can also be physical wealth. But most of what we're working with now, in what we're talking about with tiredness, is good old mama. Good old mama. Because think about it. As a child, did you want to rescue your mother? Did you want to help her? Like sometimes children, if they know the mom is suffering, they'll say, oh, when I get older, I'll do this for you, mom, or I'll do that, or I'll take care of you, I'll buy you a house, because they see the mother struggling so hard. And then that's when you take it on. And the unfortunate part is that, because unless you clear that issue, that suffering, then it just becomes generational suffering. But it's always kind of like a load, something that you're carrying. Like, oh, and you don't even know what it is. And then when you see your mom, guess what? It's like, I can't stand my mom. I hate for us saying, let me clear you out. I can't stand you. Now it's something that you're looking at and you're like, oh, that's that thing that I came here to do and I don't want to do it and it's hard and yuck and oh, why are you still here? You know what I mean? But you want to do it while she's living, because then when she's gone, it's like, oh, I wish I could have, you don't want to have that. But while your mother's here living, fix those triggers. And the only way to fix them is to clear them within yourself. And to think really now, truly, like, what did my mother suffer with? Like, really, what does she suffer with? And the answer is going to be totally different than what the surface of it is. Because underneath that surface, what your mother is suffering with is self-hatred. It's defeatism. It's guilt and shame. It's powerlessness, insecurity, doubt, uncertainty, fear. Fear. That's what it is. It's fear. And it has to do with where she started, where she is now, and where she's going. Because wherever she started wasn't where she wanted to be, and it's not where she's going. So think about like what your mother put on you. Like, what did your mom want for you in your life? So I want you to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which was what she wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like most mothers don't say, oh, baby, I hope you grow up and achieve whatever you want in your life and you're happy and peaceful and spiritual and, whatever that is, you're really good at that. Most people don't have that type of nurturing. You're really lucky if you do. But most parents put on you what they want. They didn't put on you what you want. And this is why when I ask people when they're adults, what do you want? You know what they say? I don't know. And sometimes it's like nobody's ever asked that question. Like, what do I want? I don't know. Especially when a woman hits around 50, when they're empty nesters and all that stuff happens. It's like, well, I don't know. I've always been serving other people. I've always had other expectations on me. I've always had this. I've always had that. And then it becomes like an identity crisis, and we call it a midlife crisis. Because it's what happens is the mind can't hold that anymore. Like, what do I want?